Welcome back, dear YouTube viewers. I hope you're having a great time, or at the very least have some fun with this attempt to play in Magic Duels. So today we are going to test these two variations of these decks that try to use mana out from other permanents that are not lands, and we are going to do a couple of games with each and try to assemble the deck core on each time, or well, at the very least we want to attempt to win and see how the decks perform. And we begin with the red blue variation. It's going to be using artifacts to produce additional mana, and then we have expensive cards that you want to spend your mana on. So please send your hubs, put your hands up in the air and send me all your mana to me. This hand, not horrible, not the best hand, but I'm going to keep it. So this version has some advantages, since we only have red and blue. Is more consistent than the other one that also runs green, and we have more draw in this deck. And also, since our permanents are artifacts, are harder to remove, so that's that. And what else? Well, we have Ulamog in this deck, not in the other one, because okay, Ulamog is big and it's going to be a good removal spell in case we face something very nasty from the other side of the board. And let's see, so for our turn 2, I think we are going to play the Sulphur Falls. Yeah, we have the dramatic reversal that won't do much for us at this point in time, and tap all non-land permanents. But we have no non-land permanents yet, but having blue and red on the field maybe scares the opponent and changes the way he plays here. Alright, attacks for 1. With black and red, I expect the opponent to be playing some Act of Treasons, but I don't think we mind unless he tries to grab our Ballista, or maybe Vampires with Madness. That's a bit more scary for us. Alright, we have Ulamog. Maybe we see him on the battlefield later, but here we are going to shoot a Seer's Lantern. Why this and not a creature? Well, the creature is going to be our next play, the Jory Endrin Diver, and maybe the Walking Ballista to give us an additional card. Not sure if that's the best move here, unless we draw something better. We need more cards. Other play would be the Seer's Lantern. Then we are left with 3 mana, but we missed a draw. Liliana's not going to do much over our empty board, but I think this is not just vampires, it's something more, something else. We have to stop that Liliana somehow, and pretty soon. So, land number 4, we have 5 in total. So, what can I do? Well, I pretty much need the card and board presence, so let's go with this. Plus the Walking Ballista with X equal to 1. A pretty small Walking Ballista, but gives us a card that I think we prefer to have, rather than a larger Ballista that anyways can be killed, probably with opponent spells. So I expect Liliana to try to shrink the Ballista. We respond killing Goblin Arsonist. The Arsonist might do 1 damage to our Jorian, and then a red spell can finish our That's not fun for us. So we can try to shoot down the Liliana, but I think we have to worry about the creatures here. So we are losing our resources already. 1 point floating goes to my head, I assume. Well, if the opponent pings our... so is he going to attack with the Stormkirk Condemned? Opponent can give this +1/+1. I don't think we block, because if we lose Jorian, the opponent gains a token and we lose our only creature at the point. Favorite Visions plus... okay, let's... so we have 5 mana, and if I play this, we have 3. Okay, so we can also drop the Fumarole, and it's not a good turn for us, but it's going to have to be. Maybe Favorite Visions can take care of Liliana eventually. Okay, Cultivator's Caravan plus Wandering Fumarole. So we're going to have 6 lands plus this. We maybe find... okay, I think if we survive one more turn, we can cast Ulamog and get rid of this horrible Kalitas, but then if the opponent has Act of Treason, it's going to be horrible for us. But I don't see any better play unless we draw some instant that can take care of the creatures. This one again, I think we here try to block the zombie. Let's see if the opponent has some surprise for us. Maybe he just eats Kalitas. Okay, maybe 1 damage for Jorian. Alright. Bad Liliana. That's mean. Okay, we are going to have 3 permanents and Olivia. So I think we are dying next turn unless I block with the Caravan, and that's not going to be nice. Okay, let's play our blue. Cultivator's Caravan. So now we have 9 mana there. We have this one tapped. Casting this could provide me 1 more, then 2, so 7. We can count with 7 mana at... yeah. It's not enough to cast Ulamog. Let's see if we find something here. Okay. This might be it. This can maybe help us. So we tap this. And tap, we gain 3 more. Then Fall of the Titans for 1, 2, we'll have to discount 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, maybe we survive. So we could also activate the Fumarole. Not looking that good for us. 3 more. Just this. So maybe he just wants to sacrifice something here to have a large... okay, let's try it and see how this works. Dramatic Reversal. this could be... Okay, the husk can grow really large here. He can one-shot us actually. That's pretty problematic for us. So we have to block the Nantuko husk. And that's something that we don't like to do. Up here. Block this guy. Okay, so we can maybe force the opponent to kill his guys, but it's not. It's too expensive here. So let's see if the opponent likes. Okay, I want to switch this here. Let's see how he likes this. Now he has to kill some of his guys. I bet he was going to do it anyways. Now we could try to kill that guy. Let's tap this one for red mana, and so are you, and hit for 2, you and you. Let's see if this works. Bone splinters, okay. Okay, we are in trouble, but maybe we can somehow win here. Let's see, this Liliana is so annoying. If the opponent had sent everybody into attack, maybe it wouldn't have changed that much, but perhaps we would have, we should have used a very large Fall of the Titans. Maybe we wouldn't have the blocker there. So 6 lands now. Well, this can be somehow helpful, taking down this, but we are at 4. So 3 minus 2, 1, 1, 7, blue, yes, sure. This is not actually going to win us the game, I suppose, but perhaps. So we should hit these 2. And okay. Well, we are on a very low life total here, so the opponent, should the opponent have some haste vampire, we are going to be in a very bad spot. We can only block one of them, and even if the opponent has 2 vampires now, we are going to be very bad post here. We should be scrying as soon as possible with the Seer's Lantern. So let's see, Liliana, the ultimate. So the time is of the essence. Oh boy. Dark Salvation might be able to kill Yulamog. Why? Maybe he should have saved this one, because it could kill our Yulamog. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the emblem is going to ultraplicate all the zombies the opponent has. Alright. So I think here we block this because this can be pumped up to 3, then we will be left at 1, and then there's no way that we can block everything. Which so many zombies, so actually Liliana was the last hope, and she's able to fend off all the Eldrazi. Is there a way for us? We could crew the caravan. The invoker is 1 mana short of doing an activation. We can try to draw something, but then we are out of mana. We have 3 blockers and only 2 life points, and the opponent has the Arsonist. So let's just look at our next card. So maybe we can cast that card. Well, we actually can't. We do. We are able to cast set card. So let's crew you. Well, no, we can't do. If I want to use this, I need the mana, so let's swing with Yulamog here and see what happens. At the very least, we eat half of the opponent's library, so that's something. Well, 1 less attacker for the opponent. We still are in a bit of trouble here. Well, we tried. Our power was not enough against the likes of... Oh no! Even the opponent... Well... 1 point of damage here. Let's crew... Damn it! Why? Why do you do that? And we are at 1 life point now. 1, 2, 3. Surprise! Why did you attack with just 3? That was a misplay from the opponent that can give us some hope. Still, we have to face against that horrible... I want to scry here. Horrible emblem. This gives us life, but it's too slow. It's not going to cut it. Opponent left the game. Well, actually, yeah, the combination of Yulamog and Fevered Visions is going to mill the opponent, and we have found another Inventor's Fair. Or was it... Did I send it to the bottom? Or, well, I don't remember now. So, swing with Yulamog. Yulamog, our savior. So, Liliana, you had your chance, but you weren't able. So let's check if the opponent actually has... Yeah, there it is. I knew it. It had all the... Yeah. Act of Treason all along. So now we win because we milled our opponent. So let's just... I wanted to see our next cards using the lantern. Alright, lucky for us, I think the opponent deserved the victory, but we want the coins and we punish the mistakes for the opponent. Nobody expected the 2 mana untap your permanent move, so that was cool. Alright. Thank you to all of you for sending me your mana. Just raising your hands so I make a big ball of mana. Okay, let's see if we find some interesting sound in my cell phone. Oh, there are too many. Alright. I think we are about to face another red-blue opponent that has 61 cards in his deck. We have take inventory here. Then we can play Jury and Ruin Diver, maybe. We have our curve from turn 2 onwards. Not the best combination of cards that we would like to see for curbing, but because to have some value out of Chorian that dies very easily in the current meta, we should be able to cast a spell, our second spell on the same turn that we use Jorian. So there are some possibilities. The opponent runs Thermo Alchemist and Hunger Battlements. Probably mono red with lots and lots of removals. So let's go Sulfur Falls plus take inventory. So it's a race. Inventor's Fair, I like it because we might be gaining life and it's going to be very important against Thermo Alchemist. If the opponent finds a second one, we are in big trouble. Just land, so lucky. The risk of Abbot of Keep at 2 and the opponent gets rewarded with the land. But no, so maybe the opponent has something he wants to cast for 1 red. Let's go with the island. So our ramping can kill the Abbot, or we could try to ballista the Abbot, but if the opponent has an instant, he saves this one. Not cool, not cool, not cool. Let's go with this. Alright, and not the best one. Then if we resolve Padim, then our ballista is going to be very happy. Here a ping from the Thermo Alchemist. So we go to 19 and see. Now the opponent has 3 mana, and imagine that he runs a very cheap spells, a large number of cheap spells to pump his prowess guys, and this maybe he's here just for the sake of giving haste to the red prowess boys. Swings with the Abbot and is clearly a trap, so we do not block. And Chandra, she's going to be tough, but then we have the meteorite. This, oh boy, oh my dog, oh my dog. Okay, if we can make this thing work, we're going to be very, very, very happy. We need something special. If that works, what's the song for us? Yeah. Okay, but we still need to wait. So we don't bother swinging. The opponent could just block here, but we are tapped out, so he doesn't know that we don't have any means to killing the Thermo Alchemist. So if he does not flip Chandra this turn, it's going to be great. Using Meteorite, maybe he saves the mana. Pings once. He needs to cast 2 red spells, so she flips. Well, almost. She needs to do 3 damage. Okay. Another trap. But I think we are going to take the damage now. We don't stimulate the opponent. Okay. Chandra untaps. This one pings. This adds 4 damage to the abbot. And we are going to be on a Word of Pain now. But maybe we can dodge stuff. Okay. We are receiving lots of damage, so hopefully we survive long enough for the Inventor's Fair to matter. And is Chandra flipping? Yes, she is. Deals 1 ping damage, then 2 more. So we go to 4. Oh boy. Unless, no, yeah, doing -2 is not going to do much. So if the opponent pings 2 more times, I mean 2 more red spells, and we die, unless we can remove the Thermal Alchemist and control Chandra. But that's easier said than done. So our Ballista can do 2 damage. So if we swing at Chandra, then we can finish Chandra with the Ballista. That's a possibility. Let's see what happens. No attacks. The problem is that we are left without blockers for the... okay. Let's leave Padim as a blocker. Thermal Alchemist. Alright. Now our Ballista for 2 provides an additional blocker. It's going to have hexproof. The Meteorite is a bit slow now. Okay, let's do this. Pinks for 1. And we are going to kill these 2 guys before the opponent has the opportunity to cast something else. But the combination of Chandra dealing 2 plus the Hunger Battlements is very dangerous. Now the opponent has 4 mana. The 2, and he just needs 1 burn damage. Yeah, that's enough. A pretty decent way to finish the game. 6-1 haste forces a creature to block this, and even if we could kill this, we still die. It has trample, so pretty fast Red Dead wins. Yeah. Oh, a bit shy on our moves here, but it doesn't matter. We have our fun. We did, I guess, the best plays available. We couldn't see the mechanized production in work with the Meteorite. It would have been so fun, but against so much aggression, that was not possible. So now we are going to switch our deck and do a couple of games with the red, blue and green version. So now our mana is going to be provided by lands and creatures. So that has some advantages, but also exposes our mana sources. This deck also runs more actual ramp spells, but is 3 colors, so it's a bit less consistent. I'm sorry. This hand is very nice to keep, so we don't need the profit on 1, so let's go ahead and grab a green. Then we are ramping with the Druid of the Cowl in case we decide that is worth. Then we might be okay, Unbridled Growth. So this is a nice card for Planeswalkers, Revolt, drawing. Stop. So the timer appears to be acting. Alright, let's get a forest, so we make sure that we are able to cast Druid of the Cowl. And Fevered Visions is our best friend in this deck, because we don't run that many draw mechanics here, and this is the main drawing aspect for us. But the opponent, if he goes, okay, he likes the draw. Alright, sorry about the phone. Let's see. Uh-oh. So mono green. This can prove to be very difficult for us. We are lucky because we found Nissa's Renewal, so here we can't, because of our colors, we can't play. So unless I drop the Invoker now and the Prophet, what's it going to be? Now let's go with Fevered Visions, and it's quite likely the opponent is able to remove our enchantment, so at the very least we get 1 card. When in their wake, we can fetch a land to our hand, and this looks clearly like a trap, because if we block here, the opponent uses a pump spell. Lead by example, there it is. Gives counters to both. We take 6 damage. That is quite a lot. And all these guys are now very large. But maybe Fevered Visions can save us. Okay, let's go ahead and look for a basic land. Then we can play a Druid of the Cowl, or we could let's get some more red. Off you go. Then you can play the Invoker now, or this. So if I play this, I get enough mana for our next turn using Nissa's Renewal, and also we have the Prophet. So since we don't have colorless mana, I'm going to use this to prevent some face damage. Evolving Wilds, not a good draw. So preventing some more. Is the opponent going to use more spells now? Reclamation Sage, pretty much expected, but we got 2 cards out of our land. So we could be using Invoker from our next turn. No, not really. So let's go with this first. Get a wastes, so we have our colorless in case we need it. So we gain 7 life. And we are going to be ramping. It's risky, but I think is what must be done here. So blue, blue, and red. We are completely tapped down, and the opponent might have some ramping spell. Okay, this is good. As long as the opponent does not play ramps. I mean pumps. Okay, this is 9, 11 damage. We can cope with this. Okay, go either have, then the invoker, so we have Surge. Surge, that's a very important discount, is it? I guess so. So we don't need to tap the Druids of the Cowl. 7. Let's do it for 5, 6. No, let's go the full cost. So we make sure this dies, despite the opponent. Okay, cancel. No, we do not want to spend that much because we need our blockers. So hopefully the opponent cannot save his guys. Uh-oh. 1 mana pump spell. Losing defense. Okay. At the very least, that's not going towards our face. And now we hope that the Balakut Invoker can save us. So what to do here? Opponent has only 3 mana open. We have 5 total life. Looks pretty scary. Yeah. Titanic Growth over this guy. No. You. And we're dead. Okay. We are losing against the aggro green deck. Doesn't matter. I don't mind. Let's go our final game. So you can decide. I would like to have the enchantment, the retreat to Coralhelm, to show all the viewers how that can be used to gain additional mana from playing lands. Come on, retreat of Coralhelm. We need you. Also, our deck has quite a number of planeswalkers that can help us. Come on. All right. Well, there it is, but we are having just 1 land, and the retreat needs many lands, so this is much better. Okay, let's get 1 island. Then we are saving our Evolving Wilds for the retreat. So hopefully, okay, black plus blue can mean the opponent runs a lot of counter spells. That's not quite nice. So we should be a bit careful, but I kind of imagine the opponent would like to see a Fevered Visions played by us. I don't know. If he goes for the Sphinx, he might want to draw additional cards. So Renegade Map, and so far 3 colors. Maybe he's a 5-color deck. Let's go Fevered Visions and start doing your magic. Give me something cool. And well, Prophet of Distortion with the Either Have is not terrible. Uh-oh, Giainis. That means that if we play creatures that die to some removal, this grows larger. So maybe we don't want to be playing too much creatures. This is a bit scary. And we might as well just play safer, go with the retreat and see what we draw next. Or we can risk it and have the Prophet there. That could make the opponent spend something to kill this guy. And if this one survives, then we can start drawing more and more cards for later. So black, he still has the Renegade Map, so maybe he's just black. Okay, Fatal Push, making this one larger. But this is a Fatal Push that it's not going to kill our Walking Ballista, so we are cool. And kills the Fevered Visions because he thinks that we want to mill, but we actually don't. Alright, please give me something cool. Fall of the Titans. Well, we don't have that much mana. Let's scry and see what's coming. That's cool. That's very cool. We want that because that gives us some cards. So I can play this for 0 and kill both of these guys. If I do it for 1, I can also kill them. So x equals 1. Okay, and then miscalculation. No, cancel. I don't know if this is going to work. Cancel. Don't do it. Let's just play this one. Let me take the phone. I want to... why don't you shut down? Okay. Move on. Alright, the phone is ringing and the turn is not passing. Sorry guys, but I'm back. Okay, another phone. Alright, sorry about that, but well, as you see, I've been playing while speaking by the phone. It's a kind of interesting fact. So the opponent is beating us with this place, but now we can recover a little bit by doing Nissa's renewal. So we have been murdered, so we lost our ballista. This maybe we need another green and not so many. Yeah, no, that should be okay. Could tap you and scry a few times. Not the need for that now, and neither do we want that. Tap. So we are at 15 now. So let's swing with this and this. And now we are not using the retreat to ramp, but just to give us some blockers. So let's go ahead and tap you. But that's actually, we are not going to block with this, but the Evolving Wilds in the battlefield, it's going to let us tap the Jahini before he attacks. So opponent also has planes, therefore at least 4 colors. What could he be running with white? I wonder. Okay. Is he going to play something else before combat? Why does he use this before combat? Kind of a mystery. So we could also scry to try to find our second spell, so we can search and draw. Oh, damn it! Stop timer! Why? Why? Why aren't you working? So the Invoker can target the Treasure Keeper, but then Jahini eats the Treasure Keeper. Oh, it's just a land. Boing. Anguish the Making. That's really bad. So the opponent can't cast that for free now, and we are losing. What are we going to lose? So we could do this for x equal 0 to draw us some card, but looks like a horrible idea. So opponent loses 3 life. Let's scry. Tireless Tracker, cool. A little late for us, but it's going to let us search for more power. So here we swing. And we are preparing our great spell, so give me all your mana. Guys, we need to prepare lots and lots of mana for our Fall of the Titans. So please send me energy from your homes, rise your lands up in the air and tap them to give me your mana. So here, stop timer between, so as soon as these swords are shining. Ajani! Okay, good. At least the opponent's not playing something scary there. So he's going to give us some life. but we are going to... Oh no, this is going to scramble our library, then our tileless tracker is going to be lost inside of that, so we don't know where is she going to end up. And if we draw a land, it's going to be horrible. No, it's Chandra, yes! Oh my god. Oh yes, and actually she kind of is going to cost us half the price, because we are going to get 2 mana from her. So apparently the opponent likes planeswalkers, right? Okay, how about this? Kakidama! Okay, imagine Goku saying that stuff. Alright, we defeated the Majin Buu. Yes, we already selected, okay. Alright. A bit of a glitch because the opponent was conceding during our targeting. There we have it. Alright, fun game. So, well, that was our goodbye game. We didn't get to see how to use the nice enchantment to gain more mana, but provided we have 1, 2 or 3 of these, whenever a land enters the battlefield, we can untap our mana pool, such as the Druid of the Call, Life Spring Druid, or even the Warden of Geometries. And then we are gaining more mana, and if we have the 3 of them out in a long game, assume, and we cast Nissa's Renewal, it's cost 6, but since 3 lands enter the battlefield, thanks to the 3 copies of the Retreat to Cornham, we receive 9 mana out of the deal, or a lot of scrying if you want to scry a lot. So that's a nice feature, but it's going to be about it for this idea. I hope you have enjoyed, and don't forget to leave your comments, suggestions, and whatever you want to share in the below the video beneath. And until next time, I'm going to be trying to think about a new deck. I have some ideas maybe. So sayonara, have a good time.